Hi everyone, this is Maja from QInspired Life, and I'm popping in live to talk about money beliefs and limiting beliefs around money. So let me know what your beliefs around money are, and we'll talk about that a little more. All right, so let's talk about limiting beliefs, what they are, and what are specifically limiting beliefs around money. Do you feel like you have some of those? And if you don't think so, you might be surprised at what the beliefs around money that are limiting you are actually your subconscious beliefs. Because you may be thinking that you are affirming your current and realistic situation, but in fact, you are just affirming and attracting this current situation to perpetuate because of your limiting belief. So I already talked about it. I think it was last week when I talked about I can't afford it belief. Because you may be thinking, like, for example, I can't afford it, because that's realistically maybe your current situation. But by saying that and believing that constantly, you are actually making it longer. You're not solving the situation. You're not changing the situation. You're actually affirming it and showing the universe, yes, I'm out of money and that's how I want it to be. So if you want to change that, then you really need to look at the subconscious belief. So whenever I'm attracting some kind of situation that is triggering me, or there is something that doesn't feel pleasant, or some situation that is blocked, the first thing after getting frustrated, of course, I'm human like everyone else, but then I stop and then I take a look at the subconscious belief and I dig deeper and I'm like, okay, so I attracted the situation. Let's take a look at what is actually happening here. How am I feeling? What is this causing in me? Why is this happening? What can I learn from this situation? What is the root of belief of this situation? How would I define it if I had to? So if you have an example that you would like me to address, we can talk about it, because I want to take a few moments to talk about these beliefs. If it's like you feel you always have to go in debt to afford things, that's a limiting belief. If you always find yourself, you never like have enough money, like there's always a minus. No matter how hard you work, there's never enough money. That's a subconscious belief. If you feel like there's always someone borrowing from you, you have money, but there's always something that happens, like there's unexpected cost that needs to be covered, or maybe your friend in need is asking you for money. That's a limiting belief too, by the way. So there's always something, okay? We all have it. It's not just you, like everyone has it. It's just a limiting belief, okay? So what I'd like you to take a moment now to really write it down, like if there's a situation in your life where you feel like it's blocked, or you feel like you can only earn a certain amount of money. Like one of the girls that is in my Activate the Flow of Abundance course, she was saying that she thought she could only earn, I think it was like $10 or 10 euros an hour. I was like, that's a limiting belief. If you have a ceiling, financial ceiling, that's a limiting belief. Anything is possible. In reality, anything is possible. Don't look at your current situation. Don't look at your realistic situation. That's not real. If you believe that you can have more, you can have more. Look at all the success examples of all the people, inventors, and all the people that are successful in their life. They didn't get there by not believing. If they believed in only realistic things, well, they wouldn't have succeeded. They kept going regardless, kept consistent work and worked at it. And I mean, they became successful. They changed their reality. They changed their physical reality, right? It's really funny. I talked to my mom just the other day, and she was like, I wish that someone could just erase it for me, this problem that she has. And I was like, well, no, it doesn't work that way. To reprogram your mind for real, you need to have consistent and daily practice. Otherwise, it's not going to work. I mean, it may work temporarily, but it needs to be a consistent effort so you can trust it. You can change the way you think, the way you speak, the way you behave, the way you live your life. It's going to take a whole effort, okay? You can take small steps towards it and start the process, but it really does require a daily practice, okay? And consistency is going to make a difference. All right, so money beliefs, limiting beliefs around money, in my opinion, from the work, from my personal development, working on my mindset, abundance mindset, and working with my clients, I can tell you that it's all connected with self-worth. We are adding this value to money, and we are identifying our own success and our own value with how much money in the bank we have, which is actually not true and not actually relevant to your worth as a human being. Money is just energy. Money is just energy. It's nothing spectacular really. It's just energy. But we as humans attach meaning to money, and therefore we complicate a lot of things, because it doesn't have to be that complicated. It can be very simple because it's just energy. If you look at it that way, then it's much easier to handle it. If you're adding value to it, and especially if you're attaching your own personal value to it, then that's just gonna really be complicated for you, because oftentimes subconsciously, and oftentimes it comes from other past lives, that we are not believing we can have more, not believing that we deserve to have more, not believing that we can have, that it is possible, that we are capable enough, smart enough. It has nothing to do with that. Have you ever seen anyone that is not qualified, doesn't have much experience, and still succeeds and earns, succeeds? Success is relative. I would not attach success always with how much money you're earning, but let's say that they're earning more money. Have you ever seen that? That's a really clear example of a person who is believing they're worthy and just going for it and achieving it, attracting it with ease, because they believe it. They believe they can have it. They deserve it. So if you can clear any subconscious limiting beliefs that are preventing you from having those thoughts, from believing that you can have it, believing that you deserve to be happy, then you can truly attract it with ease. Oftentimes, especially as women, we have so many limiting beliefs about it because, well, up until recently, a lot of women were not even working, were housewives, pretty much, mothers and housewives. Let's face it, we're still not earning the same money like men pretty much everywhere. I think only in Iceland, or where was it, where they still approved. That doesn't mean there are not women as business owners who can earn more. That has been proven that we can. Of course we can. But it's like we are so programmed in our DNA and ancestral line for centuries that we're not like the providers. But actually, that's just a belief. If you believe that you can do it, and God knows we're capable, we're smart and capable and very skilled, we can definitely make it happen. It's all about really believing you can and then going for it. And then anything is possible. I remember, I always tell this example that several years ago, I was really at a point when I was really counting cents, like cents, not even euros. I was counting cents when I was like buying groceries, or when I was buying anything, I was always going to the sales, because I thought like, yeah, sales. I'm not even looking at other things. But I was trained by other people, by my mentors, by learning a lot of things through courses, and I really invest in myself all the time, because I was like tired of it. I was like, I don't really want to live this way. It's ridiculous. Why am I limiting myself? So I really trained myself to walk into the shop and really look at the things that I would truly want to buy, not only the sales. It doesn't mean that I want to buy stuff. It's just about believing that it's possible. You know what I mean? Does this make sense so far? So it's just really about expanding to understand that you can have whatever you want. And slowly but surely, I started changing it. It started, like, my favorite example is me buying my favorite coffee, which when I look at now, it's not even the most expensive coffee, but it was really a luxurious thing for me to get, because I never believed I could just drink my favorite coffee. It's ridiculous. Now when I look at it, it's like, wow, I can't believe it, because I don't really see any limits. And there's, like, of course, there's always the upper, we call it an upper ceiling. There's always an upper ceiling that you put on yourself. But I really challenge you to start thinking beyond it. Whatever you're thinking right now that is possible for you, try to stretch yourself a little bit more. If I tell you you will get $10,000 right now, how would that feel? If it feels like, okay, I feel a little bit overwhelmed, then lower it down. It was like, how about 8 or 5? What feels comfortable? stretch it a little bit, and then play with the numbers a little bit. Maybe 10,000 feels like, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. Then I go for 20, go to 50. How much would be normal for you? And then go a little bit beyond. So always look for 30% more, try to increase 30% more and see how that feels. Stretch a little bit, always stretch. That's what we're always doing. I even like my money mentor, she's earning millions now, but she didn't last year. She earned 1 million, but then she stretched herself. She had an upper ceiling of 1 million, and then she was like, well, maybe I can have 2 or 3, and then she earned more. Right? So it's like always shifting. Some people can immediately go there. Okay. And that's like, well, I guess there's their karma. But a lot of us, we have money issues. I mean, a lot of people, we are not alone in this. Okay. So it's just about really trying to stretch a little bit further from what you feel is comfortable for you, and then working through this. Also, really trying to detach your sense of worth with how much money you have in the bank. It has nothing to do with that, trust me. And if other people are telling you that, because I know that sometimes in society it's a way of measuring things, like I honestly don't see things this way. I believe that money is energy to help us have the best life possible. Really, I really shifted that mindset a lot because I actually hated money before. And I made it my friend, and not only my friend, I'm thanking money, and I'm having like conversation with money every day, just like, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for providing me this amazing experience. Thank you for supporting me as a healer so I can actually provide value for my clients, so I can actually go on the page and just give you guys some value because I know I'm covered, like, and this kind of things. Look at it, what you could provide for your family, for your loved ones, and for yourself. Do not ignore yourself because you deserve it. You deserve whatever you want. Why not? Like my mentor always says, there's no universal law that is against you having money, okay? There is no law that is against it, okay? So it's only the limiting beliefs that are preventing you from having more. Okay, does this make sense? I'm going to actually offer you some affirmations today that you can do with me. So if you want to start feeling a bit better about it, I usually tap my affirmations in because, okay, so EFT or emotional freedom technique or tapping is a technique where we pull out the subconscious belief into the conscious mind by saying them out loud and tapping at the same time on the energy points, on the meridians, acupuncture points, which helps us reduce the emotional trigger connected with that limiting belief and neutralizes this emotion. I'm just gonna pick a few that feel good, and you can use one by one. You can write your own affirmation. It's for me the most effective way of clearing beliefs. I mean, it takes a while, but if you do it consistently, then it just feels better quite quickly. So do you guys want to feel better about money? Okay, let's do I'm a money magnet. And the best way to actually receive money is to be grateful for what you have already. It's always great, as well include some thank you notes as well. All right, so let me see. Let's go one full round with just one affirmation so you get the feel of it. I'm a money magnet. And smile as you do it. I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. And you can play with it a little bit. I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. Left armpit, I am a money magnet. And I am a money magnet. That's just one, all right? So you can keep doing just one. So let's see the second one. I'm receiving money now. 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 How exciting. I'm receiving money now. It's here. I'm receiving money now. And I'm receiving money now. So you can just play with one affirmation at a time. All right, let's do another one. Money creates a positive impact in my life. 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 All right, let's try this one. My finances improve beyond my dreams. 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 Deep breath and release. Okay, let's try this one. Money is the root of joy and comfort. 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 Let's do one more. I have one more that feels really good to me. I saw it. Yeah, I deserve to be prosperous. This feels good. I deserve to be prosperous. 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 And breathing in and out, and I like to tap it in and say, and so it is, or peace, peace, and peace. But in this case, I would say, and so it is. How does this feel, you guys? Are you feeling much better? So yeah, you can totally change your karmic debts, your vows and contracts, whatever you brought with you and your ancestral lineage, your parents, the society you grew up in. Trust me, I know how that feels. I have the same thing. We've been programmed, okay? There's sometimes it's a deeply rooted programming that is going on. But I want you to be aware of that. First of all, this does not define how worthy you are as a person, as a human being. Detach immediately these two things, like money does not equal your worth. Okay, so if you really believe that anything is possible, go look beyond what is realistically in front of you right now. Trust that there is something better. There's something more available for you that you are not seeing, because we oftentimes see things very limited, okay? So it's not always easy to see what is possible. But if you dare to believe, then it can be. I can tell you, every time it happens to me, when I start freaking out about money or whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. But then I'm like, okay, I'm aware that I'm freaking out, and I know why I'm freaking out, because it's my belief and blah, blah, blah. So I always make sure, okay, let's just go back into alignment. I meditate, I do something playful and fun that will rise my vibration, so I can feel comfortable with myself and just shift my mood immediately. And I'm like, I'm just trusting, and I just trust that anything's possible. And then it comes out of the blue, randomly, from nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere, but because you don't know what is happening in the background. The thing is, like, you need to trust that there is more things happening in the background. I cannot even tell you. I mean, I could talk about this for hours. If you have any questions, let me know. Basically, the belief systems can be changed. It's really amazing. And then you watch your reality shift. I mean, it's pretty insane how it works. But by really only shifting into the belief that anything is possible and trusting, and of course you're doing the work, you're not sitting and doing nothing and waiting for it to come from the sky. I mean, Sometimes it really does fall from the sky completely out of the blue, but you are putting your intentions out there. We're going to put the intentions, but what is most important is to put your energy in the right space where you're open to receiving, where you're feeling expanded, so you can attract more money. And yeah, if 10,000 or 20,000 a month or a day, it feels like it's a stretch, then do less. Step out of your comfort zone gradually. You don't have to think millions. You know how oftentimes these people who win on lotteries, they lose the money very quickly. Why? Because they didn't expand their vessel gradually. They were open to receiving it, but then they didn't work on their belief systems. So then they actually lost the money or they spend it. There's another limiting belief, by the way. I can't keep the money in my account. I have to spend it. And if you don't spend it, then the universe will provide what you're aligned with, what your limiting belief is, and then you're going to attract unexpected expenses. Has that ever happened to you? God knows it happened to me, because I always felt weird about savings. So now I'm aligning more with savings, okay? So it's like you keep shifting, keep moving into the upper levels, basically. So you keep expanding your vessel, and then there's so many things to work on as we go. Yeah, it's a process. It takes a gradual practice, consistent practice. I'm going to provide tools for you, basically. You can then use it. You can use it whenever you want. And then you can use it as your daily thing. And you can use one per day. You can use one belief, clearing one belief, and you'll know the process, so you'll be able to do it yourself, basically, as well. I like to teach the techniques because I'm all about empowerment. I really want you to know how to do things. I don't want you to be dependent on anyone. You can do it. You can do it yourself. I think your success is valued with how decent a human being you are. How kind are you? That's success to me. But you know what? Why should we be poor while doing all this wonderful work on the planet? We're good people. We should be supporting the planet and our humanity and animals and Earth without worrying about bills, man. Okay, so let's just freaking clear that. I'm really, really passionate about supporting especially healers and coaches who really, or all of you guys, and I know there's nurses and all of the people who are actually doing something for humanity. I mean, you guys should not be worrying about cash and things like this. I really feel like we need to feel supported, have our needs met, so we can feel comfortable and actually do our work. And then we can do it, we can do it for free. That's what I'm aligning with. Like, I just want to be giving out stuff for free, but I need to feel supported financially. So it's like, just let's get that sorted out, and then you can do whatever you want, really. So anyways, this is it for now. I hope you enjoyed this little live session tap along. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.